Hi Ralph, just a quick video to introduce your guitar to you. So this is a kind of brief presentation. This is the guitar and I put it together myself, just like every other guitar that I make. They're all my children. I know how they work, and I've just I did the setup of this one on Saturday, and I've just checked it. Everything is just fine. Although after a year or two you might want to check the setup again, because wood changes in different temperatures and so does metal. And also if you change the strings to a different gauge, it's always good to give it to an experienced guitar tech to check the alignment of the neck. The neck ideally should be perfectly straight, but very, very slightly concave in the middle. That's great, that's good. If it's convex, not good. So now the setting is perfect. If I do this, there's just minimal movement of the string, so that's the right curve that I want to achieve. I've also adjusted the height of the strings the way I would normally adjust it for myself. If you prefer something else, you can always do it with these here, with the Allen wrenches that are supplied. Also the intonation here is adjusted, so that this note is exactly the same as this one on the 12th fret. And that goes for all the strings. Okay, so this is a Fender copy, and these days Fender copies all have a slightly bigger neck pocket than an original Fender. My neck is based on a Fender standard, so the neck pocket is not the Fender standard, it's the Fender copy standard, which is a millimeter and a half wider. I've solved that problem in a practically unnoticeable way. You will just perhaps, if you look at it very closely, you will see that something has been done there, but it all functions perfectly. I've also included this plastic pad for the plate to make the whole thing even stronger and more sophisticated, and it's really, really tight. It will not go anywhere. So it doesn't matter that the neck pocket is not the Fender standard. There is always a solution, and it works. This is a high quality neck that is made from American maple, and it's made in Europe. But American maple is a different sort of wood. It doesn't grow in Europe, and that's why it's the best for the necks. It's harder than any other maple. Okay, so also the way that the frets are polished on my guitars is on some guitars they're polished a bit more, which makes it more difficult to play certain notes because the string tends to fall over the edge. On my guitars the frets are polished in such a way that you can perhaps feel them a little bit, which also gives you a bit more confidence as to how many frets you've passed once you get used to that. Shouldn't be a problem. These are brand new strings, Dean Markley. I always put brand strings on my guitars, I don't put any cheap strings. So that means with cheap strings, if you bend it a few times, it might break easily. This will not break, so don't worry about that. The gauge is 10, 13, 17, 26, 36, 46. That's a standard 10 gauge. The guitar is pretty soft with these strings actually. What else can we say about it very briefly right now? Well, let's hear it a little bit. So, yes, before I forget, there is a plastic film over this plate which you might choose to peel off or not. You can maybe choose to leave it on for a while, but there is a film that can be peeled off completely over the scratch plate. The same goes for the machine heads. They also have a plastic film, but you could also leave that on. Why not? Okay, now this, oh yeah, I'm already plugged in. This is what we could call a clean sound. Okay, a bit more treble, very clean. It's that typical Fender twang. Now, you will notice this kind of pickup, called a single coil pickup, has something that's called the 50 or 60 Hertz buzz, which never changes. Every guitar has that has single coil pickups. If you go close to the amp, you will hear the buzz. Well, now you can hear it. If you go further away from the amp, it diminishes. You have to find the right position. But if you do this, now it's gone. Because now these two pickups are working together, and they are combined in such a way that they cancel each other's buzz, or hum as some people call it. That's what a humbucker, the double pickup, does. Now it's back, because it's only this one. Now it's gone again, because these two function together. Now it's back. This is not really a problem. If you play at higher volume, you will normally have a noise suppressor pedal, or you will play in a band and that buzz will be drowned by the cymbals or something. In any case, it is a well-known thing about the Fender single coil pickup guitars, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the guitar, it just means that these are single coil pickups. As for the pots, I noticed this one is slightly harder, which is not so bad. It will not move so much when you play, accidentally, and in time it will become a bit smoother. This one is pretty smooth, this one is very smooth, and this one is just kind of normal. So that's okay, everything functions well. This volume is for the whole guitar, this tone control is for this pickup, this tone control is for the middle pickup. The bridge pickup, traditionally on a Fender style guitar, does not have a tone control. This one always stays clean as it is. Okay, so now if I mute the tone a little bit, I can go for that jazzy sound, something like that sort of thing. I don't know what kind of music you want to play, but this kind of guitar is very universal. You can use it for rock music, of course. Also, let me show you what happens when you use it at a higher volume, something like this. Sort of thing. So with this pickup you will get a more Hendrixy sound. Okay, and if you mute it a bit more you would get that kind of Santana sound. Right, although he plays Gibson or something in that style. Okay, let's go back to the cleaner sound and see what we can do about this. So, for bluesy things, it's also very good.